taking a short rest. What is the watch order?
Oh, we're taking a long rest, I thought.
Oh, yeah, my bad. You're taking a long rest.
And we finished it, right? Because we got attacked by crocodiles last time.
I thought
Yeah, we finished it.
Yeah, I thought that happened on Gradius's watch or someone's watch.
Oh yeah, then I thought you said we finished out the night. Maybe not.
Okay, well, there is one thing. Gradius, you sleep that night. Are you there, Gradius?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I couldn't get to the tilde key. My dog was in the way.
That's right. So as you rest that overnight, you dream. Oh no. Okay, good.
I don't dream.
You dream.
Dreams are for suckers.
Well, you're a sucker because you have a dream tonight.
Is it the American dream?
No, you got. Well, it could be because you got to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you dream. Mist swirls within your mind, and you awaken in a dark, desolate forest shrouded in mist. The cold winds rise about you, and you can see your breath as you exhale on this cold, moonless night, the only light coming from a few scattered stars above. The air around you is still, save for the distant call of ravens.
So this is just me chilling by myself in a dream.
I don't know. You're dreaming.
I'm going to say, yo, what up, queen? Because she's coming to me in a vision.
I'd say you speak that against the desolate forest. You speak that out into the forest. And as you finish your sentence, suddenly swarms of ravens by the hundreds. And I'm not putting 100 raven tokens on here.
Way to break my gameplay.
I'm sorry. Am I breaking your continuity? Swarms of ravens by the hundreds descend from the sky and surround you. They squawk at you in a cacophony of chaotic raven calls and stare momentarily, awaiting your response.
So, am I startled by this, or is it something I suspect?
I mean, you could hear their calls as you looked around the forest, but perhaps you're startled a little bit by the sheer number of them. You know, hundreds of ravens is a lot.
Well, I'm just gonna let them circle me and not really do anything.
Okay. All right. So as they continue to squawk at you, they come down and land around you. And after a few moments, their squawks change into a strange, unearthly language. And the longer you listen, somehow you're able to understand them. The raven in front of you takes a step forward, more like a hop, and glares up at you inquisitively as it opens its mouth to speak. Mistwalker, survivor of the Dreadmont's flames, it says in greeting.
I'm just gonna acknowledge, hey.
I come with a warning. Your divinity will soon wane as you stray further from the matron's path. She finds your lack of devotion disturbing.
How can I deviate from this path?
The raven stares at you for a moment before it responds. It says, fame, fortune, and glory you have found, yet the Raven Mother's temple remains unfinished. Your task is yet incomplete. Have you forgotten how alone you were? The terror of the Dreadmont's flames?
Never.
Have you forgotten your sacred charge?
Never. And in fact, at this moment, I'm pulling my resources to build a Raven Queen cathedral.
The raven nods at that as if accepting that as suitable answer. Your sacred charge is to oppose any that turn to undeath to survive, it squawks at you. These lands are rife with it. Necromancy seeps into the soil of this realm like a rot.
Then we must purge it.
The raven nods and continues. Know this, Herald. The cold winds will rise in the north, and an army of unspeakable power shall descend upon the realm, bringing with them fire, death, and destruction, unseen since the War of the Dragons that heralded the Dawn Age over 1,000 years ago. The Raven Queen commands you, in her name, to rid this land of the scourge of undeath. Do this, and she will bestow upon you the title of Raven Knight, and grant you a portion of her power as befitting her champion.
It will be done.
Raven
Getting a
Knight,
lot of, this is my watch.
yeah. Crows before hose. The Raven nods at you and go ahead.
I hope my watch doesn't end too soon.
The Raven continues. It says, "You are among the first of the mountain dwarves to serve the Dusk Maiden. You yourself are a rarity amongst her followers. You walk a path carefully balanced between life and death. You draw on the power of the Shadowfell to preserve life, ensure the permanence of death, as well as to prevent the annihilation of countless living things around you. Know that if you should fail this quest, the Dark Lady will strip you of your powers and find a new champion."
I will do my best in the name of the Raven.
Raven looks you up and down inquisitively and nods once more. The flock begins to depart around you, though the Raven speaker remains, regarding you with a curious turn of the head. "Embrace and accept your death, champion. All life ends, even yours."
I'll just nod and let them drift away.
The Raven that was speaking to you goes to take flight, and as it does so, it drops something at your feet with a clang, or a clatter perhaps. Something heavy falls from its talons as it takes flight.
I guess I'll inspect what it is.
All right, so you look down, and at your feet there are a pair of ancient copper coins. They are cold to the touch.
Me yell up, "Bro, you lost your wallet."
These coins are known as the Raven's Gift. Like I said, they're a pair of ancient copper coins that are always cold to the touch.
I guess I will have to inquire what those are. Maybe there's somebody at the Arcane University that knows about them.
Perhaps. All right,
If only I knew somebody that worked there.
Yeah, if only you were traveling with a powerful wizard who's also a wild sword fighter. All right, and so with that, the mist recedes from your mind and you awaken. In your left hand, you find a pair of ancient copper coins, the same that you had picked up in your dream.
Okay. So I'm assuming the other party is still asleep.
Yeah, so whatever the order was when we declared the watch order, the rest of the night passes without incident other than crocodiles, alligators, whatever they were.
Well, I guess once everybody's up and stuff, I'm gonna tell them about the dream I had and then show them the old copper coin. And explain to my party about how great the Raven Queen is.
I'll go ahead. Klein, is it cool if I do an Arcana check on the coins?
Sure.
All right, I'll go ahead and give it a whirl.
What are you trying to discern?
Oh, I'm just trying to find out if they have like any magical properties, if they have any.
Oh, wow. You can recall lore about magical items as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I just wanted to make sure I was going to give you the right bit of info.
Okay. Let's see here. All right.
15. Okay. So with a 15, you look at these coins, and as you're holding them in your hand, they're very cold.
Oh, I'm not holding them.
Oh, you're not holding.
I know what happens when stuff like that happens.
Look at me. Now I am the Raven Queen's champion. All right. So with a 15, so you're looking at these coins, and Grady, you're explaining that they're cold and all that.
Yep.
All right. So here's what you learn about these coins. They look to have once had an effigy or a depiction of an elf woman that has been scratched out or removed in some way, as that she appears unrecognizable. Can't discern her features. But you know that these coins came from the realm of the Shadowfell, and this is what they do. So placing the coins on a corpse's eyes brings the memory of that creature's memories directly to the Raven Queen's attention. So Gradius, as an arbiter of the Raven Queen's will, she collects memories. So maybe a way to curry some favor. Well, damn, y'all, don't jump all at once.
All right. Is everyone else ready to take off for the day?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. Let me make sure I got this right.
Let's see. With mounts, oh man, I gotta do the math.
So, with Phantom Steeds, we can travel 10 miles in an hour or 13 miles at a fast pace.
Damn. Okay, so that's gonna double the amount of hexes you can move. So you can move two, right? Am I doing the math the right way? Let me write it down. Give me a second, lads. Okay, so what pace are you going to be traveling?
Either, I guess we'll just travel at a regular pace unless anyone else wants to travel at a fast pace. Sorry.
I'm good with your pace. I'm gonna let you lead for me. I gotta step away in a minute or two, and I'll be back shortly. My friend's just dropping something off.
Sounds good, man. All right, are you guys going to travel on the road or stay traveling through the wilderness?
Let's continue traveling through the wilderness. Klein, are you muted?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I was reading something.
Oh, all good.
My bad.
No worries. I just didn't know if it was one of those where it was like, oh man, he's probably saying all this stuff right now, and
Oh, you know that will happen. I'm sorry. How many miles did you say you can cover? 10.
10 miles an hour.
All right, then I'm gonna say you can cover at least 3 hexes with your mounts while you're mounted. You can do at least 3 hexes a day.
All right. And is this the town that we're heading towards?
Yes, that's Mornstown.
Mornstown? All right.
I gotta
I
make
guess-
sure I have Mornstown's map. Good lord.
I guess we'll head up the coast, and then I guess we'll approach Mornstown.
All right, give me a second, lads. Okay, so you approach Mornstown. It's a town up here in the northeastern part of the kingdom. It strikes you as a small rural community, uh, nestled under the shadow of the Ash Mountain Range to the north and protected by the citadel fortress of the Mournhold, guarding the northern passage. The village itself is made up of modest homes and cottages. There are occasional barns or workshops here or there. Um, The streets are lined with cobblestone, and the sound of the nearby river fills the air. This is the river here on the map that empties into the coast. So, right about where you guys are. In the center of the village, there's an old church with stained glass windows, and the village itself is surrounded by lush green hills and fields, providing a peaceful and idyllic setting. And I need to find the map quick. The one. Sorry, I have many maps in here, as you can imagine. And let me grab your tokens and we'll be off. All right, you guys are good. Oh, you can see. Okay, cool. Already moved you over there. All right, so you guys are going to be on the top left, middle left part of the map.
All right.
I'm not sure why it looks so janky.
Janky map.
Anyway, you're here. You're at Mornstown.
All right. gonna, I guess, roll up to the gate, and go ahead and dismount from Phantom Steed, and
Okay. There are two guards out front.
okay.
Let me just grab them here. All right, he's going to stand over here. There are two guards at the gate. They appear to be human.
Okay. I'll go ahead and approach, and in the common tongue, how is it? Nighttime? Daytime? I guess it's daytime if we.
Yeah, it would be daytime. Yeah.
Okay. Is it about the afternoon?
Yes.
All right. I'll approach with a good morning or a afternoon to the town's guards.
All right. So you greet the guards. I'm just rolling for weather real quick. Oh man, it is hot as shit today. It is unseasonably warm, and there's scorching heat. All right, so you come up to the guards, and they're two humans. They look kind of give you a double take as you dismount and walk over, and the one on the left kind of eyes you up like an elf. And the guard on the right side of the gate holds up his hand and he says, "Ho there, traveler. What brings you to Mornstown?"
I'm gonna I'm gonna tell him that I'm here to speak with let's see, what's the give me a second, I gotta go through my notes here.
You're right.
I begin shuffling through a bunch of papers.
What was his name? Nope, not this one. It's not this one.
Let's see here. Let's see. I guess it's to talk to the hold on. 1 second.
Do you need to make a history check to see if you can recall your mission?
I'm just trying to no, I don't need a check. I just didn't know if there was a specific person here in Mornstown that we needed to talk to.
Okay.
If there was, if we were to kind of warn him first. I kind of don't want to give up my I kind of don't want to. I'm just going to say that I'm here conducting an investigation with the Shade. And I'm going to flash my badge.
All right. The guard you're speaking to raises an eyebrow and looks at your credentials and looks back up at you and looks at his companion. And he says, "Open the gate and let him through." And he says, much the same thing that you've heard elsewhere, is that I won't be the one to stand in the way of an Inquisitor and his duty. Don't want to end up at the Shadow Tower, he says with a shudder.
I'm going to ask the guard at the gate if he could, tell me a little bit about, what's happening in town right now, where I might find a refreshing drink on a hot day such as this.
Okay. He says, the people of Mornstown are excitingly preparing for the Harvest Festival to honor a successful harvest season. The villagers have been busy decorating the village square with colorful banners and ribbons. And many of the merchants from out of town are setting up stalls for their vendors. Local bakers have been at work day and night preparing cakes and pastries for the festivals, and we've seen more bards than I'd care to admit have come through these gates practicing their songs. Children from the local choir are going to be practicing song and dance, and many of the adults are gathering in the square discussing preparations. He looks at you and he says, all in all, you should find the atmosphere in the village is one of excitement and anticipation. The Harvest Festival is our favorite time of the year here, and we have had an excellent harvest. He says, in relation to a tavern, he says there's the Blue Boar Inn. He said it's a cozy spot down by the waterfront with a lively crowd. You could check out the White Horse Tavern. It's a little bit more upscale with a menu of fine food and drink. And he said, lastly, if you're looking for something a little seedier, the Buxom Wench is a lively tavern. They serve the best ale in town, but again, it's a little rough in there.
Oh, I want to ask him if he's seen anything, suspicious around here in the past couple of weeks.
He glances at his companion, who nods at him. And he says, I have seen more than my fair share of queer coming and goings throughout the last few weeks. Large parties of strangers, purple robes, masks they never take off. They come through here and head up north. Rumor has it they've been going to, he looks around and he says, begging your pardon, but rumor has it they've been going up to Lord Mournhold's castle to stay with him. Now, I don't go around preaching that sort of thing. I don't want to end up on the rack. But strange folk are afoot, moving north.
You said that they were going up to Mournhold's castle?
Aye. He points to the north. Nestled under the shadow of the Ash Mountains, you can see a colossal fortress.
Do you have any idea why they might be going there?
The guard shakes his head. He says, I can't say so. It used to be that Lord Mournhold would come down from his fortress and celebrate with the people, but we haven't seen him nigh on 3 seasons now. He stays shuttered in his fortress, rarely leaves. Men come and go. Lately, I've been seeing more of those strange folk more than the Dawn Wardens.
Interesting. You said the Dawn Wardens. Do they have a barracks around here?
Aye, he points up at the castle and he says, there's a barracks up there.
Okay.
And he says, we have a town watch, but we've never felt need for Dawn Warden barracks on site, given that we're so close to the Citadel. Were the city to fall under attack, we could always flee to Lord Mournhold's castle. He says, now, don't misjudge our town watch as a bunch of simpletons with sharpened sticks. They're a professional force. They take it very seriously. Although we haven't had much trouble up this way since, I'd say must have been 12 years ago. 12 years ago, there was a band of Black Banner hobgoblins came down from the Ash Mountains. Killed Lord Eridan, Lord Mournhold's father.
I want to ask him if he would suspect that there might be any, can he tell me about any of sort of like the factions within the town? Who are the players here in Mornstown?
Scratches his chin. He says, well, you'll laugh at this, he says, but the Farmers Guild is the most prominent around here. They have a surprising amount of power for a group of men who work the fields all day. Their power is derived from the fact that they provide the majority of the village's food.
Sorry, man.
Oh, welcome back. They're just gathering intel from one of the guards at Mornstown. He says the merchants are also an important part of our community as they provide goods and services to the villagers. As we're up here close to the borderlands, as you can imagine, it's hard to get some of the finer things you enjoy in the Crownlands. He says there are small groups of artisans providing handmade goods, and of course there are several groups of adventurers that come through. They set up at the old inn, the Red Dragon, made it a bit of an adventurers guild. But they come and go. There's no clear hierarchy as to who's in charge there. Quests are posted on the board there. They accept them and go. And as you know, with the Shade, you can get paid for your quest almost anywhere, especially in Kingsgarden.
I want to ask, you know, would he suspect that the potential harvest festival might be sabotaged, or does he have any idea that, does he think that there's any type of potential for something like that to happen?
He looks at his companion on the gate and he says, not that I'm aware. He says, I watch this gate 12 hours a day. Same with him. Everyone that comes and goes through here, we keep a record of, especially if they're suspicious. I haven't seen any sorts of suspicious activity, and whereas before I would have thought it strange that Lord Mournhold didn't come to celebrate with us, now it's just a regular occurrence. One might imagine he took the death of his father very hard,
Yeah.
even after 12 years.
Is that why he no longer comes out of his castle?
He chews over your question. He says, well, it's not for me to say, seeing as he's a noble. I heard Telly was supposed to go to the Remembrance Day festivities. Normally he would stop here on his way through there as well, but we didn't see him. Were you at the Capitol?
I was.
Did you see Lord Mournhold?
Let me try and think about that. You have to give me a few moments. I might have something written down in my papers here.
Okay.
Do I remember this correctly? But he didn't show up to the.
Yes.
Was it he who didn't show up to the feast?
Yes.
Okay.
King Alatar had questioned the High Lord and Sharper Lightfoot about where Lord Mournhold was, and they said that he did not answer the King's summon.
Right. I'm gonna be like, oh, of course, yeah, that's right. It was he never showed up. The Sharper Lightfoot and the King wanted to ask him questions, but he wasn't present at the Remembrance Day feast.
Right, his eyes go kind of wide at that with shock, and his jaw slacks as if he's looking at you in disbelief for a moment. He said, God's above. What man would refuse the King's summon? He looks at his companion, who shrugs. Well, that's certainly strange, and cause for concern. Heard tell that in their youth, King Alatar and Lord Garrison were close, somewhat. But now if he's refusing to go to Remembrance Day and honor his father and all the men that served in the Second Army, that's strange. That's cause for concern.
All right. I'm gonna thank him for answering my questions. I'm gonna ask him what his name is, and if I need any more intel, I'll be sure and swing by and ask him again later.
Okay. He said his name is John. Let's see what his last name is. He says he's Captain John Smith. I don't know. John? He's John Claude.
Okay, John Claude.
John Claude. And he tells you he was a grizzled veteran, served in the last war, retired after the conflict, and came back here to Mornstown. It's easy guarding a gate, much less dangerous than fighting orcs. He knows gay karate.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and check out Mornstown for a little bit.
All right, so you go through the gate, and like I said, the city is a bustle with activity as they're preparing for the harvest festival for the harvest.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna take a. I'll go ahead and take a stroll around Mornstown and check everything out. Have my familiar perch up on some homes and stuff like that and whatnot, and have him look around, see if he notices anything it's suspicious or anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. All right, so you're strolling through the town, and as you near the market square here, you can see villagers setting up the square, partitioning off different parts of it, and there's lots of excited chatter going on around you as people talk about the festival. There are vendors selling food and drink already set up around the square, and some merchants are setting up games and contests as well. And looks like they're gathering wood here for a great bonfire. Make a perception check. You're just gonna have your owl fly around?
Yep. I'm gonna have him
Okay,
fly
yeah.
around and take a look at some stuff.
Okay.
A 5.
Oh, okay. So far, everything seems perfectly normal in the village.
Okay.
Nothing stands out as strange or noticeable. So let me pivot to somebody else, and I'll come back to you. So what are the rest of you doing? You see Savik go up and talk to the guards, gather information from them, take a little bit of a report, and go in through the gate.
I would like to go find the local craftsman guild area, whatever,
Okay.
if there is one.
I'm gonna go full zealot style and say that my deity sent me here to purge the rot in this land. Do you know where it is?
There are 2 guards there. Which one are you talking to?
The one that looks most infidel.
The one who looks most what?
The one that looks most like an infidel.
Oh my gosh.
You started this RP, I'll have you know. You said I wasn't being extreme enough.
I didn't say that. The Raven Queen said that. They said they find your lack of devotion disturbing. Somebody else said that same sort of thing once, sometime. Here's the Craftsman's Guild, Rudo.
Perfect.
Okay, so you go up to the guards and kind of ask them both generally, where is the rot infesting this land? They give you a strange look and say, probably down somewhere in Kingsgarden. What are you on about, dwarf? Oh, somebody DC'd. Rudo, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I want to walk in and just see what they're working on.
Okay, so you go into the interior of the Craftsman's Guild. As you open the door, you're greeted with a warm, inviting space filled with the smell of wood burning in the hearth, and the sound of laughter echoes on the walls around you. Walls are lined with shelves and tables filled with tools, materials, and finished and unfinished products. In the center of the room, there's a very large, almost comically large workbench where artisans can be seen working on various projects as a group. In the corner of the room is a large fireplace, the warm glow providing you a sense of comfort and home, despite just entering the building. The atmosphere of the guild is relaxed and welcoming. And you see a dwarf standing in front of you with his back to you with his arms crossed, barking orders.
Cool. I will just kind of like study it for a minute and then wait for them to notice me and then ask what they're working on.
Okay. All right. So the dwarf in front of you is short and stout. He's got a thick gray beard. And as he turns to regard you, you notice he's got a little bit of a twinkle in his eye. And he strikes you, given the Mastercraft tools on his belt, he strikes you as a master craftsman. You ask him what they're working on, and he says, Gimli's inventions are renowned for their ingenuity and craftsmanship. He gestures with a sweeping gesture of his arm towards the wall, and he says, Here, take a look for yourself. They're crafted a variety of items, weapons, armor, furniture, even tools for the Farmers Guild. He says, I'm a little bit of a tinkerer too.
Nice. I want to like look over the blueprints and just kind of admire like their design, and then I'm gonna find one and I'm like, oh hey, here's like this could work, but have you thought about this? And just offer like some sort of mechanical suggestion or whatever.
Okay. So you see a variety of different blueprints, ranging from weapons and armor to different types of furniture and farming equipment. There's a wide variety of tomes containing instructions for creating different contraptions and machines in theory, such as a clockwork plow.
Nice.
And there are also instructions for creating magical items such as wands and rods.
Cool. Can I just look over the little contraption manual and I'll just glean that and maybe it'll spark an idea down the road.
Okay. Yeah, so you see a whole treatise in this tome about the use of clockwork technology to increase farming yields and productivity and strain on the farmers themselves. And there are different types of theories as well. The further you flip back through the tome, you could see like clockwork automations that are drawn out. In theory, it would be a humanoid-like creature with a key that you wind up and let it go.
Nice. I dig it.
So Gimli comes over after a little bit, hands on his hips. He says, find anything you like.
So yeah, these are pretty neat. I kind of like these designs, and I like the idea of using technology to assist the farmers. So I'm gonna say I like what you're running here.
He nods at you and scratches his beard. He says, knew we had to do something to keep up after we heard about those damn arcane windmills out in Timoria. Wish we could get a couple of those up here, but we got to make do with what we have.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I guess you gotta start somewhere.
He says, he takes note of your Artificers Guild crest. He says, you're with the guild.
I am.
He nods at you with newfound respect. And he says, well, tell you what, Mornstown is a friend of the guild. Anything you see here that you like, blueprint-wise, you can take it. Just make sure you bring it back.
You got it. I'll commit it to memory the best I can.
He nods at you. He says, I gotta go check on these rock gnomes over here, but let me know if you need help with anything.
You got it.
Right, so
Cool.
with
So
that,
I'll leave through and I'll just look for little contraptions that might possibly be handy in like dungeoneering or maybe something to help better Torque.
okay. If you have anything specific in mind, just send me a message and we can talk about it.
Sounds good. Cool. So I'll like dilly dally a little bit and then I'll probably make my way out after a while.
Okay. All right. Savik, back to you, buddy. You're wandering through town.
All right. All right. So I guess I'll head over through here and stroll past the go past the Craftsman's Guild a little bit, see what else is around here.
Okay, there's a church. Oops, actually, I think this is the church and this is the Craftsman's Guild, but whatever.
Okay.
There's a church. And the Craftsman's Guild. My bad for taking it the wrong way.
What the fuck should I have been reading the Bible the whole time?
I've been reading the Bible. Make a perception check. You find out you've just been reading the book of Revelations. Ugh.
I thought we were living it.
Well, you are living down south. I'm sure you could ask like 10 people and 8 of them would say yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying is fuck Windows. I wasn't in the middle of doing anything, but we're gonna do a system update right now.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that the best?
That happened to my work laptop when I was in the middle of a shitload of work yesterday. And it just restarted. I was very upset. Anyway, yeah, Savik. So you come into the square here, you see a large church with stained glass windows, and then a 2-story stone and timber building that you see Rudo exiting from as you're making your way up there. To your left is the market square, and as I said, vendors and craftsmen are over there getting set up for the Harvest Festival. As well as taverns. I need to notate the taverns on the map, so just give me a second. What did I say their name? The Blue Boar?
It was the Blue Boar, the White Horse, and the Bucking Wench?
That's right. I thought the White Horse would be funny because we used to have the Black Horse.
There's a bar in Salt Lake called White Horse.
Wow, is it cool? Have you been there?
Dude, it's actually pretty baller. They have this thing where you get like chips and they like put it in a brown paper bag with truffle oil and like a soft boiled egg and then like mix it all up and then give it to you, and it's super good.
Wow, that sounds great. I bet if you're drunk, that thing is awesome.
Yeah, and then they have this thing where you can just like spin the dial and then they'll surprise you with it's like a weird like liquor roulette kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Like random shot?
I don't think it's like a random shot. No, I think you tell them what they like and then they like surprise you. You get like, it's some surprise, some choice. Like I like bitter and I like gin, so then they'll like do something cool with that.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah. Anywho.
Guess you had to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, I put them on the map here. So the Blue Boar Inn is here. The White Horse Tavern is here. And the Buxton Wench is up here to the northwest.
All right.
Let's go to the seediest area and call them infidels and then ask them if they know any necromancers.
You sound like you're taking levels in Righteous Paladin. All right, let me know what you guys want to do. Savik, if you wanted to make another perception check, you could.
All right, I'll go ahead and hit another perception check with Mr. Owl. 15.
15's a good one. Roll a d4 and let me know what you get.
Okay. A 2.
2. Okay, over here to the east. Your owl's making its making its rounds, flying above the town, and behind this building, it notifies you that there's some janky stuff going on. Something strange.
Okay. Can I see what is exactly going on?
Yes,
All
you
right.
see 2 men standing behind a building, doing something to it.
What are they doing to it?
How close, how detailed can your owl see? Because if it's flying above, it might be difficult to see exactly what they're doing.
If he's, I'm gonna say that if he's flying above, he probably wouldn't be able to see it, but
Just because of the cover of the roof, you know.
yeah.
It looks like they are. It looks like they're doing something to the wall.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and start making my way over towards that part of the town. I'm just gonna have my owl stay put.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of, actually, I'm gonna have him follow them.
Okay.
If they
Sounds good.
if they decide to go ahead and start moving at go to other places or go to other buildings, I'll have my owls keep a close eye on him.
Okay. All right. Actually, that reminds me, since you rolled a 15. Well, did your owl fly over the entire village? Like, is it making rounds every time? Like, whoops.
Yeah, it's just scouting out the entire village, looking for anything suspicious or,
Okay. Well, yeah. So you rolled a 15. So you would also see there are 2 groups of men. Can you roll another d4, please?
Yep. 4.
Okay. They are going to be here between these 2 buildings.
Okay.
And again, as your owl notices them, it looks like they might be doing something to the wall.
Okay.
All right, what are the rest of you doing?
I imagine that's probably all happening while I'm in the guild, so I'm not really sure. At some point, I'll wander around and maybe stumble in the west, and then I'll just kind of keep with him.
Okay. Al Pacino. Gallandan, are you doing anything? Which one has the highest number of high rollers? The Farmers Guild? I'm thinking that many people for the Farmers Guild are going to hang out at the Blue Boar. All right, you're going to go to the Blue Boar? All right, let's see what the Blue Boar looks like.
Are we gonna get into a bar fight?
Hard to tell. All right, the Blue Boar Inn is a cozy tavern located near the center of Morristown. The exterior of the inn is made of dark wood with a bright blue sign bearing a boar's head hanging above the door. The interior is warm and inviting as you open the door. There's a large fireplace blazing away in the center of the back wall. To the left of that, there's a long L-shaped bar that runs from the side of the wall to towards the middle near the hearth. The walls are decorated with tapestries, and there are the tables and chairs, surprisingly, are made of good quality wood. They're sturdy oak. Behind the bar, you find a friendly, smiling bartender. He is let's see what he is. Oh, D6. A half elf. Also named John. His name is Matt. We'll change his name to Matt then. Matt, the half elf bartender. So as you walk in, you see a sign announcing their specials are local ales and seasonal ciders, as well as a limited variety of spirits. The drink special today is the Boar's Bite. It's a mix of whiskey and honey, and the Boar's Breath, which is a mixture of rum and ginger. So you see Matt the half elf back there, cracking jokes, and he's got a smile for everybody that comes his way, and he's pouring out tankards of ale like it's his full-time job.
They're better than the bartenders at Whibs.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want?
I hope that's the only thing you want for 1 hour, because guess what? That's all you're getting. The only place I've ever gone to where you got to go up and order like 5 or 6 drinks at a time, because you know you're not going to get served. Anyway, so the Blue Boar Inn, and Matt is the bartender. So what are you doing, Gallandan?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, the quality okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than usual or worse than usual?
I think it sounds just like normal.
Okay. I want to see if I'm recognized on the spot. See if anybody recognizes me from YouTube
From YouTube?
or TV.
From KGTV?
Yeah, that one.
All right, so you come in to the bar, and it's filled up with some patrons. They look to be mostly working class folk, but most of them greet you with a nod of hello or some sort of mild greeting. You don't feel unwelcome here. So you come in, and Matt, the bartender, kind of gives you a strange look. Almost like he might recognize you, but he can't be sure. Keep in mind, you're across the bar. So, standing in the doorway. So he stares at you for a few minutes and then goes back to pouring drinks. But he looks up again and then goes back to what he's doing.
Nobody recognizes me.
Hey, I know you. You're from Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was the elf extra, elf warrior extra. So I don't take it nobody does.
Maybe not from across the bar. You're standing in the doorway.
Okay, they don't greet me.
Like I said, some people nod at you in passing or once they notice you in polite greeting, but no one noticed you as of yet. Other than Matt, the bartender. He looked at you strangely.
Okay, well, until they recognize me from wherever I'm standing, I'm gonna pull my hood over my face and I'm gonna start picking pockets. This is on them.
Okay.
I look for, since we're going with common name, Fat Farmer Paul, who's talking to 3 people at once, not paying attention. Maybe he has a sack, something around his.
So you're just trying to filch from people who are distracted.
Yep.
All right, let me look up some commoners. Oh man, there's a pickpocketing table.
Is there anything good on it?
Yeah, there's some interesting things on it for sure. All right, let's see how many people are in the bar. Okay, glancing around the tavern as you raise your hood, you notice that there are about 20 patrons in the Blue Boar Inn. They look to be mostly locals, but a few strike you as travelers or adventurers, judging off of the garb that the type of clothing that they're wearing. Anything from a rough spun tunic to finer garments or sets of chain or leather over mail. Patrons range from anywhere from farmers to merchants to tinkerers and craftsmen and adventurers. They strike you as friendly as welcoming, and many of them are chatting with one another over a few drinks. After a moment, they shift their attention elsewhere. All right, so you're going to do some pickpocketing.
Yeah.
You have fast hands, don't you? It's granted by cunning action.
Oh, really? Let me look. I have a couple.
Pickpocket. A thief tries to steal from a random character. Characters who passive wisdom perception scores are equal to or greater than thief's dexterity sleight of hand check. Total catch the thief in the progress. Okay, well since they're commoners, I'm thinking they're gonna have a hard time, but we'll see.
I don't see anything on cunning action other than like hide. Okay, well I'm gonna just is there like a bathroom stall or a room I can just kinda a coat closet or something?
Yes, there's a privy across the bar on the right side. There's a small hallway that goes back.
Okay, well I'm gonna walk up there. I'm gonna walk in there until nobody sees me. Am I like alone?
Yeah, so you go into the privy. There are a couple, I don't know. They wouldn't be urinals, I guess. There are different stalls lining the wall, and
Okay.
you can hear someone snoring in one of the stalls.
Oh, okay. That's even better. I'll go to next to that one. Whatever. Lock the door, and I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay, what are you casting?
I'm casting Pass Without a Trace,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
and I'm putting my cloak on too.
Oh my goodness. Easy mode, Luton. Okay. You have
They
a
call me.
+10
They call
bonus?
me Freddy Fast Hands.
Oh. Okay. No one's gonna be able to see you with a +10.
Well, it's not a +10.
It says you get a +10 bonus to dexterity
Yeah.
stealth checks.
Yeah, that's on top of my +10.
Oh, it's a plus. Okay. Well, okay.
Am I good to roll?
Yeah, I guess I know what comes next. It's a stealth check,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Okay, I got a 39.
Okay. You're stealth.
Okay, I will exit the stall without opening it, or if that's not possible, I'll close it behind me. And then I'm just gonna walk through here and just stick my hand in everybody's pockets.
All right, I'm gonna need you to roll 20 d10.
20 D10,
20 d10.
20 D10s.
And you guys that want to catch these guys in town can all blame Gallandan for being a klepto. Oh my. Okay. Give me a minute. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to do while I record these.
I didn't even roll. What was that for? Because I didn't roll sleight of hand yet. I
Oh,
didn't roll.
well, I'm just writing these down ahead of time. You can roll your sleight of
Okay.
hand, but there are 20 patrons in the bar.
Okay.
So it's just a contest between. Let me make sure I have this correct. Can you hear me? Sorry, my microphone was.
I hear you.
It's active. Yeah. All right. So it's your sleight of hand versus their active perception check, which they have 0. So we'll see.
Okay, I got a +7, so I think even if I were to get caught, they have no way of knowing what happened. And turn around, nothing's there. Let me know if I have to do anything.
Are you going to roll your sleight of hand?
Yeah, how many you want me to roll?
There are 20 patrons in the bar, so it's up to you.
How about that for all of them?
For all of the, you know what? For the sake of time, that's fine.
Okay.
This is why I had you roll the d10s ahead of time. All right, so here's what you find. Give me a second. I'm just writing these down. Roll a d10.
D10.
Six. Okay. All right, so here's the first set of things that you find. You find 2 bits of pocket lint, 2 mundane lists of tasks, a key ring with 6 keys on it, 2 fine silk handkerchiefs, and I got to do the rest from here. Oh. All right, so you make your way across the tavern and you go to pickpocket one of the adventurers. Oh, wait, I need to be making some rolls here. I'm a nub. Move 2 20s and still failed. Okay. You pickpocket the adventurer and you find a vial of blood.
Say a vial of blood.
Blood.
Does it belong to Will Smith?
You better hope not. He'll slap the shit out of you.
Nah.
All right, so looking at this blood, it is a deep red color, and as you examine it against the firelight, it shimmers.
Okay.
If you want to examine it more, let me know. I got to roll for these pickpocket bullshit.
Okay.
You also find a pair of rigged dice. Might be useful at the casino. Two rings, one made of wood and one made of gold. The one made of gold is worth 1 gold piece. Two potions, potion of resistance and a potion of greater healing. Almost done. Are you recording? Is anybody recording this?
I am.
Yeah. I have it. If not, no worries. I just have been writing it instead of typing it. Roll 2d4 and 1d10, please. And that's the amount of gold and silver you find. Okay, you find 5 gold and 3 silver. All right, and then I need to roll this and this. 12 is really good. You find an additional 4 gold pieces. And roll 5d10. You find a small gemstone worth 31 gold pieces. All right, and for 3, you find an additional 4 silver pieces, and that is a summary of your score from pickpocketing.
Okay.
Some
Cool.
good stuff and not so good stuff.
Okay, well, I will collect everything and then go back to the stall. Now, or I could stay. I could stay like that and then just try to figure out where those. I got a keychain, so I was kind of interested in that. Wonder what that would be too. I'll stop for now. Let somebody else do something.
All right, well, I'm leaving it open, so whoever wants to act, let me know.
All right, I guess I'll make my way over towards the where the first group of ruffians were, and
They might be up to some trouble.
yeah, I'll go see what they were up to.
All right, where are you going? You gonna go north or south?
Yeah, I'm going here for now. Since yeah, I'll go ahead and creep around the back where the two ruffians were.
Oh, hey, you want to sneak up on them?
Okay. If they're still there.
Okay, I'll walk out of the bar. I'll keep concentration and then catch up with one of you, and then catch up with you. And as long as you're within 30 feet, you get +10 to stealth and can't be tracked.
All right. That's cool.
Let's see what that's all about.
I guess I'll go ahead and roll a stealth check then.
Okay, you get a +10.
All right. And then that's on top of the is it +10 and then on top of Dex?
Yeah, whatever you got normally.
All right. 18.
Okay. All right. Let me find the description here. Okay.
Oh wait, add 10, 21. Forgot about that. In that case, I won't use Foster Genius. I'll just keep it at 16.
All right, Savik. So you come around the corner. You sneak around the corner with Rudo and Galandan in tow, and you see 2 vandals wearing dark cloaks and hoods. Their faces are hidden behind some sort of face covering, and they appear to be speaking in hushed tones and while chanting some sort of incantation. They appear to be carefully etching something onto the wall. And the one on the left appears to be in some kind of a trance.
Galandan, do you want to do your thing?
Sorry. Arcane check them.
All right. Can I go ahead and make an Arcana check on what they're doing?
Sure.
All right.
Twenty-two. Okay. All right, they are etching a strange symbol and runes into the wall. Looking at the symbol, you can't quite decipher it, but it appears to be deep speech of some sort. And the one that is in the trance seems to be muttering some kind of incantation with his hands out towards the wall.
Sound like the people in the thing.
The cultists.
Let's step out and hit him with the halt. Stop right there.
Are you going to step out and confront him?
Stop right there, criminal scum. I
So
don't
you
know what you
step-
guys want to do.
Let me know.
Do you guys want to try and sneak up on them and subdue them, or do you want to just go ahead and hit them with the old attack?
Wait.
'em?
What if we whisper in their ears? Maybe they're like so crazy that they'll think that the old one is talking to them, but they can't really see us or whatever. So they'll be like, "Oh, it's him," and then we can get information out of them or something. I doubt they have money.
Well, they might have really good drugs.
Really good drugs, you say?
Yee.
All right, so if you wanted to do that, you certainly could, but it's going to take a pretty decent deception check.
Oh, a deception check?
Well, what would you roll for something like that? I just thought since you're attempting to deceive them.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could just throw in some prestidigitation or some kind of like manifestation of, I don't know, tentacles or something.
Oh, yeah, you
And
could
then-
definitely do that. I thought my bad. I thought you just were going to go be like, psst, guess what?
Yeah, and then do that. Then guess what?
Here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and create what I'll go ahead and do is, hold on. I need to see something here. One second. Oh, that's cool. I'll go ahead then, since it only requires the somatic and material components, I'll go ahead and cast the minor illusion cantrip around the rune that they make to make it looked. Oh, I can, hold on. I can just go ahead and use minor illusion to create the whisper or scream. So I'll go ahead. Shoot, I really don't. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll use minor illusion and then start. I'll go ahead and use minor illusion to create the voice of the great old one, and I'll go ahead and light sound or any sensory or physical interaction.
And then have it say something like, "Oh, I am the great old one, and I am."
I'll say something along the. I'll whisper in their ears. Oh yes, a worthy target for the great old one, or something along the lines.
Yeah, and then ask them to report on what the hell they're doing, and then they'll speak. They'll tell them here or whatever, and then
All right, so
ask them what they're doing. That's worthy.
all right, so you're gonna ask them what they're doing, ask them to report on what you're doing, and Savik, you tell them that that's a worthy target.
Yeah, a worthy sacrifice for the great old one.
Okay. Anything else?
So I want to see if, first of all, I kind of want to test the waters on that to see if they actually acknowledge that, to see if they, actually think that that I'm the great old one speaking to them as they place these runes around us, on the building. The deep speech.
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna test the waters on this, and I'm gonna go ahead and just say, with like the voice of the great old one, a worthy sacrifice for the great old one, and see if they
Yes,
respond or not.
Okay. All right. So the one trancing and muttering the incantation continues muttering, but he pauses. He doesn't open his eyes, but he pauses. And the one beside him stops with the etching and looks up. He straightens up and grips his companion by the arm. He says, "You hear that? We are the chosen ones. The great old ones are listening to our pleas. Soon their power will be here, brother, and we will usher in a new era of darkness and destruction."
I'm gonna follow up then with my acolytes. How goes your work in the town here?
All right. So the one on the left is going to continue the muttering the incantation, but the one that was speaking throws his staff down on the ground and prostrates himself before the voice. His forehead is pressed on the ground, and he's about as low as he can get.
Okay.
And he says, "You honor me, O Lord of the cosmos. We are completing the mission as instructed."
I'm gonna ask if they found the sacrifice for the ritual.
Okay, so the cultist doesn't look up from the ground. Instead, he still has his face pressed against the ground, and he answers. He says, "Of course. Of course, we found a virgin that we will sacrifice with her life's blood to bring you to the material plane. Almighty Lord of the astral realm."
I'm gonna say, your very words, your very words tickle my tendrils.
Tickle my tendrils.
I'm gonna ask.
I'm pretty sure I saw that in the
The
video store.
downstairs. The downstairs. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna use minor illusion again to ask him, how are the others' preparations going?
He replies, "Right on schedule, Lord. We've acquired the virgin. We didn't have to kidnap anyone. She was given to us."
Oh,
We
very
have-
well. And I'm gonna ask, what race is this particular sacrifice?
"She's a human, Lord. Fresh as new snow. And noble."
Okay.
And with regards to your previous question, he says that they have other teams spread throughout the town, discreetly marking the buildings as to herald your arrival, as well as our preparations in the north. You will be most pleased. He says, that,
Silence. I will say what I am pleased. where is the ritual taking place? I hope it's somewhere tropical. The old one loves the old beach.
He
I might
shudders
say
as
something
you.
like that.
Yeah, he shudders as you yell at him, and presses his body somehow even more into the dirt. And he says, "Forgive me, O Lord. I did not mean to assume your majesty nor your will. I am but your humble servant. I would gladly give my life for to herald your arrival, as would the others. We have secured, how do I want to say that? We have secured a strong defensible position from which we will not be easily routed nor disturbed. There is a great castle to the north of here. And many moons ago, the prophet went to visit a man there, someone high ranking, and then sent word for us to come to his call. One by one, we flock to the fortress. Our numbers are many, and our prophet's will is great. It was the noble who offered his daughter to us freely for a sacrifice. You will be most pleased, Lord. I swear it. He points at his companion and he says, "We have unwavering faith in the gods in the old gods.
Unwavering faith, huh?
Unwavering faith, Lord. We know that you will bring vengeance and wrath to the people of this realm."
Did you do anything? Prove your faith? And what are you going to say?
He nods while his face is pressed into the dirt, and he says, "I would do anything to bring about the eternal night."
Tell him
I need you to jump headfirst down a chimney that's on fire.
I want you to tell everyone in town to stop eating fish and gouge your eyes out.
Yeah. That's what you're going to tell him? Stop eating fish and to gouge out his eyes?
And I'll give him a sight. I'll see through his eyes, and your sight will be born again.
He gasps. He says, "Like the prophet. You would bless me with abyssal sight, like our very own prophet?"
Silence, you worm. I said no such thing. No.
"Yes, Lord. I would never presume. I would never presume to be favored by your greatness, your majesty." "If it is your will, then it will be done. I shall inform the local populace to cease the consumption of fish, and he reaches down and draws a dagger from his belt and looks at it with trembling hand. He says, "I will do my duty and be worthy of your blessing." And with that, he plunges the dagger into his left eye and then rips it out with a scream and then quickly stabs his right eye and drops the dagger as this blood shoots out from his eye sockets and pours down his face in a bloody ruin. And he shrieks as he falls to the ground, clutching his, covering his eyes with his hands, the ruin of his eyes with his hands.
Okay. And is the other one still casting the incantation?
He went silent for a moment as he heard the screams, but never opened his eyes and continued muttering the incantation over the sigil.
Okay. Wait, he has a sigil?
Yeah, they were carving.
Oh yeah, the rune, the Sylvan.
Yeah, they were carving
the deep
a
speech
rune or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna look over at him, the second guy, and I'm gonna cast minor illusion again and just uh laugh a little bit, like the great old one, and it just kind of fade off into the distance when he can hear a faint "Are you worthy too?" and then just kind of disappear, and then just kind of put that thought into his brain as he's finishing up his incantation, and then just kind of dip out.
Okay. All right. Well, you leave this other cultist in the dirt there, with blood streaming from his eyes, clearly in a lot of agony. That would be horrific.
I'm gonna go ahead and start writing down everything that I learned in my like leather-bound tome or something, like notebook.
Okay. All right. So you take notes of your interaction, and what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna
I'm just kind of observing, but I also want to say, I guess make note that it sounds like that there's other cultists around town we might need to find.
uh I'm gonna make a wild speculative guess that these specific locations are being marked for something.
You mean around town?
Yep.
Yes.
I have a feeling that they'll probably end up blown up.
I can neither confirm or deny these things.
Well, it's a good thing I'm a time traveling wizard.
Yeah.
Because I suspect that these buildings are marked, and the symbols of deep speech are there in order to blow up certain buildings.
Okay. Well, yeah, perhaps you might have some knowledge about a ritual of this sort with, being knowledgeable about high magic.
All right. So do we kind of want to wait for the other cultist to kind of finish up his incantation and leave, or do we want to go check out, see what the other cultists were up to? Do you guys want to report this information back to the guards?
Oh yeah, cause if we, it depends on if we want to do it ourselves. We report it to the guards, and we can just tell them to go look, and then we can go do something greater. But if there's worth in catching them ourselves, then I'm not for that too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what we could do is we could start heading up to the castle, because that's where it seems that all this is gonna end up taking place.
Right? Do that.
All right. So you guys are going to report to the guards and then bail out?
Um, yeah, I guess we could head back to the guards and let them know what's going on.
Well, you guys let me know. I'm going to go grab a beverage and then I'll be right. Is that cool? I'm just going to go 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yep. So, do you guys want to go ahead and tell the guards what's going on or what we suspect is going on, or do you just want to say screw it and head right up to the castle?
I could go either way. If you think there's a benefit to doing one or the other, then I'm down. But otherwise, yeah.
Gallandan, do you have any preference at what you want to do?
Sorry, I thought I was, just realized I was mute. I had to run up to the house real quick. But I heard sort of what you guys are saying. I say no to the police.
Okay. And you just
And,
want to head right up and, head right up to the castle?
yeah.
All right, let's just do that then.
I'm back.
Let's do it.
All right, we're going up to the castle. We're going to not inform the police.
You're gonna say FTP and roll out?
Yep.
Yeah. They're not going to do anything anyways. They're going to take 20 minutes to respond.
All right, well, in that case, I will move you back to the world map. I think I'm going to update the world map with the new tree assets.
New tree ass.
Yeah, new tree ass, yeah.
Sure, yes.
It sounds like
Gotta put some tree out.
it sounds like a druid's name on WoW. And he's just always in trend form once he gets it. Boy, so you row out the city gates without a word to the guards, and I guess collect your mounts and mount up.
All right,
So the
regulators.
noble is in cahoots with the great old one?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like I suspect that it might be some kind of mind control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the hell is mind control?
It's whatever they put in the water to turn the frogs gay.
Which is fluoride. I see. Mind control is fluoride. How far away is the castle?
It's right here.
Is it like a day or two?
That's all
so you
good,
guys
man.
Yeah.
We got I gave everyone a phantom steed mount. So we can travel at 10 miles an hour, or we can travel 10 miles an hour or 13 miles at a fast pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could get there by nightfall.
That's the best time to get there.
Yeah, I heard that. Heard that.
Otherwise
Okay.
they might see me.
I'm real excited. I worked on this for a while. Hold on, let me.
On second thought, let's not go Camelot. Let's go on a quest for the Grail. Dude, that'd be an awesome character concept where you're on a quest for a Grail, but you don't know what it is, and everybody thinks they know what it is, and you never find it.
That reminds me of being on a quest for a sword called the Holy Avenger. And then you gather part of the mats, and then you run back to Ironforge, and you're like, hey, can anybody make this? And they're like, yeah, I have a plan, hold on. And then they log out.
It's really called the Holy Pretender.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta turn on the fog of war. I don't want to see anything that you're not supposed to.
Oh boy.
I'm getting some weird lag, which is strange. All right, let me grab you and I'll put you guys over here. Kyle, are you still with us? I'm gonna.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time.
I gotta. Yeah. I gotta refresh quick.
Yeah. And the person knows who they are that I said that to.
You're not talking to me?
Nope.
Ain't nobody
Yes.
else here,
Now I'm
so
talking to
you
you.
must be talking to me.
Now I'm talking to you.
Well, you said the same thing, and I don't know what that means.
You know what's going on up in that castle?
Do I know what's going on?
No, I'm asking you. I know what's going on. It's a land party. We're about to crash their land party.
Oh man.
You know what the best way to crash the land party is? Cut the internet. Cut the internet, and then you cut the juice going in their veins.
All right. You guys are going to be directly in the center of the map in the south.
Klein, one thing. I told myself prior to going into this, I am going to reforge Torque so that he is back with me.
Okay. Oh shoot. That's right. I need to put this other part of it on here. Sounds good, buddy. Just give me a second here. Whoop. I forgot the other part of the map. Well, that's not right.
What do you expect? We're in the middle of season 2 in this campaign.
What does that mean?
You said that's not nice.
All right, cool. I think that is everything. Okay, I got some descriptions here of the Mournhold, the ancient seat of House Mournhold, and ancient allies of the line of kings through House Arendar. Okay, the Mournhold is a formidable fortress built at the base of the Ash Mountain Range. The castle has stood for centuries as a bastion of House Mournhold. The walls are made of thick stone blocks. The towers and battlements are even more imposing, constructed from similar material. The gate before you is closed. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The walls of the Mournhold are incredibly tall, reaching up to 30 feet in height. The towers are an equally impressive, standing around 40 feet tall and topped with battlements and parapets. They're surrounded by narrow walkways and guard posts, giving sentries a clear view of the surrounding area. The towers are designed to be used for both defensive and offensive purposes, with arrow slits and crenellins for the archers to fire from. The gate before you lies closed, and an eerie silence hangs over the fortress, broken only by the sound of the wind blowing across the Ash Mountains. Yeah.
We're still on the old map, bro.
My God, are you serious?
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Where did we get this guy?
My bad.
Let's see if you. Yep. Messing with my HP again.
I just pulled your token off the map, dude.
Every single time I fix my HP, and then it's the same excuse. I lose like 7 hit points. Did I get attacked by whites or shadow people on the way here? That's what I'm wondering. And then somebody used I don't know, what's that spell that makes people willingly forget things?
Oh, modify memory.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, put it
Is
in
it-
Torque's moment arm. Get it?
Yeah.
Does anybody need me to read the descriptions again?
The door's
No,
closed.
Yeah, the gate is shut,
Oh, Pilly.
and there's an eerie silence that hangs over the fortress, broken only by the sound of wind blowing across the Ash Mountains.
Turn back. Gate closed.
You know what? We give up.
This is too hard.
We're all gonna join the Empire.
Seriously, did just a land party in there.
Well, you better ring the doorbell and then run away.
Can I?
The only way you can get in is back this pizza delivery.
Domino's, Bill.
No,
Worked every night. Worked every session.
I knew a guy that once said that he was there to fix their plumbing or electrical or whatever in a medieval world. And they thought, how the fuck did this dwarf get up here? Man,
Well, if their CCTV was working, they'd know. That's what I'm here to fix.
oh, it was their cable. I remember I made a cable guy joke.
I'm just up here log jamming.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
You said that the gate is down. Can I?
The gate is shut.
The gate is shut. Can I have my familiar fly over and do a perception check?
Yes, I would love that.
All right. I'm gonna have my owl just fly up over towards the gate that's lifted up, and I'm gonna have him make a perception check.
19. All right. So, which way do you want him to go?
I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna have him go this way, over towards the. I'm gonna have him go that way.
Okay. All right. So with the 19, you're out, takes flight over the fortress. And the first thing that Nocturne notices when he clears the gate is that inside the walls there's no movement, there are no lights, nor any sign of life. The only thing that Nocturne can see is the faint glow of torchlight in a distant tower to the northeast. And the shadows of the dark keep looming against the night sky.
All right. I'm gonna have Nocturne fly back.
Oh, and there's blood all over the walls.
Okay, I'm gonna have Nocturne fly back, and I'm gonna tell him to keep close, and that I'm gonna handle this a little bit differently this time. So,
Hey, do you hear that noise? I got in. They left their screen door open.
Oh no. Oh, you're funny.
So I'm gonna have Nocturne fly back a little bit. You know, so I'm seeing what's going on through his eyes. I want to be a little bit more cautious about this. And at that point, you know, while we're out here waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and reach into my spell component pouch, and I'm gonna go ahead and take out a bit of bat fur, and I'm gonna go ahead and recite the verbal components, and also finish the somatic and cast the spell Arcane Eye.
Oh, interesting. That's so interesting. Okay. I should note that there was a huge symbol drawn in blood in the courtyard as well.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Arcane Eye. I'm gonna have it go ahead and I'm gonna cast it within 30 feet. So I'm gonna cast it. I'm just casting it in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and have it do its thing.
All right, let me give you control of this green thing. All right, you have control.
All right, cool.
All right, so what is he looking for? He's just looking.
I'm gonna order the Arcane Eye to go through basically this entire dungeon.
Okay.
So it'll take a while because it can only go ahead and move 30 feet in any direction. And then if it has the ability to slip inside of doors, all it has to do is be able to pass through an opening of 1 inch in diameter.
And it can take damage, right?
It doesn't say anything. No, this is a concentration.
I was just wondering if it was like the arcane eyes in WoW, where if they're coming at you, you can like hit them and they go away.
This doesn't say anything about being able to take any damage.
Okay.
It's
Well,
invisible.
that's not a problem.
It's an invisible magic eye. Nobody
Okay.
can't see it.
Cool. Thank you. All right. Well, let's say, do you want him to just spend like an hour doing that?
Yeah. Is there any, Darren and Dave, is there anything that you guys would like the Arcane Eye to go and inspect?
I don't know that I have much to call out in particular, but I guess be on the lookout for cultist shit.
Okay.
Just go and map the place out, I guess. And then if you can see it, you can kind of, I guess, describe maybe the layout, or somebody can draw a map and we can just sort of put this, the skull where the boss is and a skull treasure chest where that is and all that stuff. And maybe we should just kind of walk away a little bit or not be visible.
Yeah, we can go ahead and hide somewhere and let Arcane Eye do its thing for an entire hour. And do we want it to eventually go up to the dimly lit tower in the back?
Yeah, I mean, anywhere where we can feasibly get in. Gather intel. And then also check for alternate entrances or openings or something like that. Maybe
Okay.
there's another way in.
Okay. Well, here's a question. Can an arcane eye see another one?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't have like true sight.
Okay. I wasn't sure, but thank you. Not that there's an arcane eye on this map. I'm just wondering. I just had questions. All right. So the eye is going to spend an hour, a little bit, going around the fortress. So maybe just show me where you want him to go first.
Let's see. Let me zoom out here for a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you think I should have it try and find a way to open up the drawbridge or something like that first?
Yeah, then maybe that first, and then secondly, like an alternative entrance or something.
High level spell, right?
What's that?
I said Arcane Eye is a high level spell, right?
It's a level 4.
Yeah, let's just, I say we get as much juice out of it. I would try to find wherever that sacrifice is at, too.
Okay.
That would be a concern.
All right. Let's have it then. What do you think? Do you just want to scrap the? I mean, because I think we could probably find a way in. I'm gonna say its primary objective is to find out where the sacrifice is gonna take place.
Okay. All right. So here's what the arcane eye is going to see when it moves into the courtyard. So it floats through the gatehouse and into the courtyard, and here's what it sees. Standing in the courtyard. I got to scroll the whole way up to find my description. All right, so standing in the courtyard at an imposing 9 or 10 feet tall is a creature composed of sewn together body parts. It's made up of various body parts such as human and animal parts, and it appears to be animated somehow, although currently it's standing motionless. It is a hideously deformed creature. It looks to have sharp claws and razor sharp teeth. And judging from its size, it appears to be incredibly strong. Oh my God. Yes. Man, I'm getting crazy lag. I don't know what is going on.
I got them too.
Yeah, I am as well.
Must be.
Surprisingly, I'm not. It's odd.
What's that?
Just surprisingly, I'm actually not lagging.
That's awesome. Must have good shit in Salt Lake.
Yeah, Google Fiber.
All right, so I'll reveal the rest of the fortress, and you can see the signs of carnage upon the walls, and there are corpses strewn about.
Are these primarily the Mournhold? Is everyone here dressed the bodies and stuff dressed in the Mournhold guard?
Yes. So they appear to be wearing gambesons with the Dawn Warden crest stitched on the front. So they you would recognize them as at least members of the military, but you also know that Garrison Mournhold is the field marshal of the Second Army.
Okay.
Did you want to check out the tower in the back?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so your arcane eye floats across the battlements towards the tower and comes across a source of light burns within the tower. Torches and sconces. And as you come back through here, this door is barricaded shut. There are ladders leading up, but they also appear to be barricaded. 2 pots of hot oil bubble quietly at the ledge to the upper level of the tower, and oops, he's not supposed to be there. 5 men talk in low voices in the tower.
Okay.
In terms of secret entrances, so there are doors down here in the courtyard, here. They all appear to be barricaded shut as well. Oh wait, did you say he could pass? He could just pass through walls?
He can, as long as there's an opening as small as an inch in diameter.
As small as a what?
As small as if there's an opening as small as an inch in diameter on the doors, then yes, it can pass right through it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And there's an entrance to the lower level of the Citadel here. This door.
I gotta zoom out.
In the northwest, below the
Oh.
tower,
Okay.
they have this door barricaded, but it leads down. And also here. There's a door there, but I think this is the upper part of the map. So,
Okay. Is there any way that this can go ahead and squeeze in through the door to the lower part of the lower part of the lower part of the castle?
yes, but I will say that it's going to be able to get into, let's just roll. It can get into 2 of the 4 locked doors in the courtyard. So which ones do you want to check out?
Let's go ahead and check out. Let's go ahead and check out this one. This was a locked
Okay.
door, right?
Yes.
And this is a locked one as well, right?
Yes.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do those 2.
All right. So your arcane eye pokes its eye in there. And, oh shoot, I need to move this note so it doesn't show up. All right. So it pokes its eye in there and is kind of, it looks like blinking man meme, but without a face. Kind of makes like a startled blink as a swarm of zombies stands motionlessly inside. And likewise, for this door that leads down, there's another swarm of zombies.
Okay. Can it just like and this one leads down into the the depths of the castle?
Yeah, so there's a door here that leads down and also over here.
All right. Yeah. Can it just squeeze through past the zombies and into the door down below?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Let me move you to the other. Fucking lag. Jesus. All right. And I'll grab the eye here so we can see. The Eye of Sauron. Sauron, more like it. All right, way over to the right. Bottom right. You see where I'm at?
Let's see here. Yep.
Okay. So the eye goes down these stairs into a landing. There's a tunnel to the north and a tunnel to the west. I'm sorry, a hallway, not a tunnel.
Sounds like the DM is a mole person.
Uh-huh.
You're in the surface, buddy. Maybe he
I'm
thinks
gonna
he's blocked.
I'm gonna go ahead and have it move 30 feet to the right.
Okay. So you go down the right hall and there is a trail of blood. And that trail of blood continues on down here. Oops. This hallway appears to be filled with cells.
Okay. I'm gonna have it roll up then, and I'm gonna have it look if it can look through the cells or look into them. I'll go ahead and take a look at what's inside.
Okay, so the first two, as to your left and right as you come down the hallway, are empty. But as you move further up the hall, you can hear speaking in hushed voices, and you recognize it as the common tongue. To your right, there is a man locked away in a cell. He has long brown hair. Let me look up his description. He appears tall with a strong jawline and piercing blue eyes. He's got the muscular build of a knight. His hair is dark brown and falls to the shoulder, and his skin appears tanned from many hours in the sun. He looks. He just kind of looks around dourly as if he's not sure how to get out of the situation, but nonetheless echoes the call down the hall. And he says, "Don't worry, boys, I'll find us a way out of here."
Okay.
And he's wearing a padded gambeson, and he still has his knightly cloak, but no weapons or anything.
All right. I'll go ahead and have the eye keep moving in this direction.
All right, so there are bits of conversation as you head down the hall. And more of these imprisoned Dawn Wardens are there, carrying on conversation. And some of the conversation is focused around what's going to happen to them, what will their fate be. If only we could get out of here, we could save Princess Charlotte. To which another one echoes incredulously, "Save Princess Charlotte. Didn't you see what they have with them, you fool? What are we, 9 against 100?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm back.
Welcome
Had a
back.
real shitty situation.
You good?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. She okay?
Yeah,
Marcus,
shitty situation.
Oof.
diaper blowout.
Nothing says wear a condom like picking up another human species.
I don't even like to. No, I'm not going to say that on the record. I was just going to say I don't like cleaning my own butt, let alone another person's. Like it's pretty nasty.
Yeah, just don't.
Just don't clean your. I mean, I'll clean it. I'm just saying, like, you know, when I'm doing it, I'm like, this is fucking gross. Like,
All right. I'll go ahead and have Arcane Eye move down the hall further then.
Are we trying to find Princess? Is that what her name is? Princess Charlotte?
yeah, Princess Charlotte.
Let's find out what she is, and then we can be like the SEAL Team 6, but SpongeBob version.
So this pathway wraps around. There's a door.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna refresh again because I'm lagging like a motherfucker and I hate it.
Maybe let's cast too high level of a spell for this game.
All right, I'm back. Let's hope this shit does not get janky on me. Yeah, so there's a door here.
Okay. I'll go ahead, go down the hallway, and then go left towards the door.
Okay. Are you going in there?
Yeah, I'll take a peek inside if I can.
Sure. Give me 1 second. All right, so you slip through the crack in the door, and this is what you see. There's a corpse on a torture rack with a pool of blood dripping below him.
Blood. Okay. I'll.
A large quantity of blood, so it would perhaps suggest grievous injury.
Okay. In that case, I'll go ahead and leave the room undisturbed, and then finish going down the rest of this hallway.
Okay. The hallway juts to the left or continues straight to the south.
I'll go ahead and move down here. See what we got going on.
Okay. Ahead, you see the faint glimmer of torchlight, and this cavern opens up. This room, excuse me. To a circular room with a basin of fresh water. There are various foodstuffs, pots and pans, crates, barrels located around the perimeter of the room. But there's a large pool of fresh water down here. So it appears to be a cistern of some sorts.
All right. I'm going to go ahead then and go over towards the left.
Okay. Right, the hallway continues straight for quite a bit and then juts to the south.
I'll go ahead and keep moving Arcanine down this hallway.
Okay. All right. There's nothing particularly noteworthy as you move down the hall, other than the silence of the lower level. The what? The silence of the lambs? Yes.
All right. Okay.
All right. So the path juts to the south and looks like it opens up a little bit at a four-way intersection.
Okay. I'll go down to the intersection then.
Which way, sir?
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and say, let's go. I'm thinking either. Let's go to the left.
Okay. All right, this hallway juts into, there's a small passageway here that leads to two rooms.
All
Son
right.
of a bitch. The lag is so bad. I usually don't get bad lag like this. And then the hallway abruptly comes to an end here and opens up. There's also a passage to the south.
All right. You said that there were two doors here on these
Yes,
sides.
here and here.
Yeah. Can I go ahead and fit through those, or?
Yes.
All right. I'll go ahead and fit through the north door first.
Okay. You go into the north room and it is a supply closet for, well, it's more like a granary.
Okay.
Not a granary. What do you call it? It's like a place to store additional foodstuffs. A pantry, maybe?
Okay. Does the food in there look edible?
Yeah, so you see sacks of grain. Why isn't it pinging? Why? Okay, sacks of grain and then potatoes. Wheat and other foodstuffs. And then you would have to search through these barrels and stuff.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'll go down into the southern door then.
Okay, there is another door in the back of this room.
Oh, in the
Ain't
granary.
got time for food.
Holy shit, is everything okay?
Yeah, Hannah was moving a chair.
Okay.
I'll go ahead then. If I can slip in the back of this door, I'll stay in the granary then.
All
That's
right.
what he said.
The north door? Okay. So it leads to a hallway with another door.
Oh boy. Okay. I'll go ahead and then I'll go ahead and move up here in the hallway. Slip through the other door.
Okay. Well, may not be exciting to you, but if you were an alcoholic, you'd be stoked because it is a wine cellar.
Okay.
And let me add, I don't know if you know much about the wines of the realm, but many of these wines are Timorian sweet wines, which fetch a pretty penny on the market.
Okay.
Some of them are, marked as coming from Missouri, and some others, I don't know. Darren, you'd have to tell me where else they grow wine, or they grow grapes for wine. The only place I know of is Missouri.
Yeah, probably most of that region, and maybe a little bit in the Halfling village that's west of it.
Okay. So yeah, that would be in the eastern portion of Timoria, right? Southeast or whatever.
It would be, let's see, Yep, east and then southeast. Mostly just southeast.
Cool. Yeah. So a lot of Tamorian sweet wine, which is very pricey on the market.
Okay. After kind of scouting out the room, I'll head back down to the south. South
Okay,
part.
I forgot there's a hallway here too.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm lagging really hard. So
That's all right. I'll go ahead and then hit this way then.
all right, so you dip down this hall, and it also comes to an abrupt end in a wide chamber.
Okay. I'll go ahead and scoot down here at the end of the hall and check out what's going on in this wide chamber.
Okay. All right, so the map ends here, but that's because this path here leads below. So you come to the end of the path here, and it slopes downwards.
All right. I guess I'll go see where that goes.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I got to make sure the fog of war is on. I don't want to give you all my secrets.
Isn't that what we're doing now?
What? Checking out all my secrets?
Yeah, didn't
You
turn
only
it
have
off all the
half of that
war?
map, so you don't know everything. You missed half the good stuff.
All right. I know to go back through that.
No, I was kidding. Don't. Okay. Okay, you're already on the map. Okay, cool. Oh, I need to grab the eye. My bad. I got a joke. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. Pyro walks into a bar. He's got a steering wheel attached to his hip.
It's driving me nuts.
Right. Oh my God. Why did you even ask if you were going to spoil it? Yes. To be fair, I heard that joke in the 6th grade and thought it was amazing. All right, so you come to a cavern. Walk down this sloping tunnel, and it takes you to an underground cavern. Make a perception check when you come down here.
I can't.
Oh, okay, you can't do that with the eye. My bad. Well,
No.
I got excited. Can the eye hear things? Yeah, it could hear people speaking.
No, it actually cannot.
Oh, well, that's just a little bit of cool meta knowledge that you can have then.
Wait, the eye can't make perception checks? How does it see things?
Well, it doesn't. It mentally. I mentally receive the visual information from the eye. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
So I wouldn't have heard any of the soldiers talking about Princess Charlotte, but I would know that they would be there.
Sure, you could tell they were speaking, but you don't know what about.
Right.
Gotcha. My bad.
It's all good.
That's
Couldn't you
some
in-
fun little role play flair.
Couldn't you, in theory, do like roll some type of even perception to read the lips and understand what they're saying? But you would do that with like disadvantage because obviously you're reading lips, and that means that you would get the wrong information possibly.
Anyway, so you come up here and there is like a set of wooden planks that lead across a small underground river. And across this river, you see two, they look like dogs, but they're not dogs. They are, women. They are large, hulking creatures with dark fur and glowing red eyes. Their fur appears to be matted and unkempt, but their claws and teeth appear sharp and jagged, and they easily are tearing through this carcass of meat that they're enjoying. They look to have powerful legs and a strong muscular torso, and you could assume that they stand at least 6 feet tall in their back legs.
Okay.
Part of their flesh appears to be stitched together.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and move down south here. Is there anything that you guys want the arcane eye to look at in particular? Oh, there we go.
Okay, so you come around the corner here and you see a hulking, monstrous creature that looks as though it's been summoned from the very depths of the abyss. It's a huge, hulking beast with thick, scaly skin, multiple eyes. The body is covered in writhing, short tentacles. And in its hands, excuse me, it wields 2 otherworldly great swords. The creature looks to be incredibly powerful. And as you're receiving this telepathic vision, the mere sight of it seems to sort of twist your mind. Like you can't quite grasp what you're looking at. You know that it's a humanoid, but it's terrifying to behold. It's not a creature that you'd find on the material plane, for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna have the eye scoot back then. Is this kind
This-
of where? Is this? Oh, okay. Is there something
Yeah, sorry.
behind these
So this
dogs?
cavern, slopes slightly upwards and then forms into, the path is laid of formed stone. And
All right. I'll go ahead and have the arcane eye kind of fly upwards and float past the puppies here, the bad dogs.
yeah, they look
And-
like bad dogs.
and then make its way down towards here or up towards there.
Okay. There are a set of stairs directly in front of you here. They're kind of difficult to see, but they're here. Leading upwards.
Okay. I'll have my eye start going up the steps.
All right, you go up the steps and they lead to this path to the north that cuts to the left, and there's a door at the end of the hall.
All right. I'll go ahead and see if I can fit through the door.
You can.
All right.
All right, so you come into this corridor that opens up, and there's a set of there's a round staircase to the south, and down below this, there are 2 humanoid figures, and it looks like the path continues this way.
Okay. Do they look like cultists, or do they look like statues or hooded figures?
They are humanoids, and they are wearing the same kind of dark purple robes with the metal mask, so you can't see their face.
Okay. I'm gonna have arcane eye float past them and go down here.
All right, so you go past them, and you notice that the path to the north here is guarded by 2 more. And there's a hallway there. Directly ahead of you is a door.
All right. If I can fit through it, I'll do it.
You can.
All right.
All right, so you come through this room and you see a pair of cultists dressed in red armor, red robes, and they are worshiping a strange statue of a turtle.
Oh no. Does he have swim trunks on and hot pink sunglasses?
Yeah, and he's wearing some shirt that says Total Goss Amusement Park Land. Leave your goddamn plastic straws at home.
All right. I'm gonna float past the theme park guys and the security
They are
guards.
prostrating themselves before the statue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
You're fine.
But yeah, they're knelt down in worship. All right, there's a door there, and if you would too, you can slide on through.
All right.
And in the interior, you find 3 more cultists sitting around a table, and it looks like they are eating and having some sort of a conversation.
Okay. Is there any? There's not any doors here.
No,
Okay.
no, but there is a toilet.
You know what? if it's as small as an inch in diameter, I can go down through it.
It is, but I'm just gonna say it goes into the sewers because I don't have a part of the map for it. So
Okay. I'll go ahead, back out, and then start.
there's a door here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if I can fit through that, I'll go through that one.
You can. These doors aren't made very well.
Okay.
All right, so you come into a set of living quarters, and there's a door to the back room that is slightly ajar, and it's a privy. So you see 2 acolytes or cultists here in red robes, also eating and having a low conversation. And there's 1 person inside of the privy.
Okay. I'll go out of the living quarters and start snaking my way back around towards the other cultists.
Okay.
And I'm just
Are
gonna.
you going to go up the northern hallway?
Yep.
All right, there is a, God damn it. This chamber opens up and there's a staircase that leads down.
Okay. Into the depths I go.
Oh boy. Give me a second to reveal the map. Okay, so you descend to the lower level, and there's a long hallway lit by 2 torches at the end, and a set of stairs that lead slightly upwards. Straight ahead, you come into a room that opens up into an octagonal shape. And within this room, on the one end, you see a golem. He looks more like a hooked horror, but stands motionlessly. On the floor here, there are trails of blood leading from this direction.
All right. I'll go ahead this way.
All right, so you take the path to the left, and there's a set of iron doors there.
Am I small enough to squeeze through them?
Yes.
All right.
All right, so you come through into a strange room filled with many contraptions that you may or may not recognize. The console in front of you appears alien in nature, with a level of technology that you're not quite sure that you've seen yet in your time on the prime material plane. To the north, there's a desk with notes and different sorts of writings and recordings. To the south, there's an alchemical station. And ahead, there's a large tank filled with green liquid. Actually, I have a description of this, I think. The tank ahead is made of metal and glass and filled with a murky green liquid. Inside is a humanoid figure suspended in the tank. Their pale skin. Their skin pale and lifeless. A complex network of tubes and wires is connected to the figure and to the modules at either side of the tank, snaking out of the tank and into the darkness. Sparks of light light up the room as the figure within the glass twitches and writhes, as if in pain, while the tank monitors its vitals. You can't hear anything, so I won't tell you about what the rest of it is.
Can I
But yeah,
can I look at the table to see if I can pick up or read any of the papers that are on there?
yes. Okay, so it appears to be a diary or a journal of some sort. It is notated by different days. So day number 1 on the page in front of you says, today I began my experiments on the mysterious subject known as the void. I've created a small sample and I'm working on finding a way to control its power. Day 2 says I've managed to stabilize the void sample, but it's still incredibly volatile. I'm beginning to understand its properties better as the test subject yields to my experiments. I'm beginning to think that I may be able to harness this power. Day 3 says I've successfully created a container for the void, which will undoubtedly be useful in my offerings to the Great Old One. I'm now able to manipulate it with my will. I will continue to experiment with its power and see how far I can take it. 1-for-1 conversion of what was witnessed in the demiplane appears to be correct. Day number 4 says I have managed to create a powerful artifact using the void. It still remains unstable, but I believe I'm close to unlocking its full potential. There's a side note in the margin that says, have renamed the test subject Vincent.
Okay. All right. And with that case, I'm going to go ahead and slip out of the door, and I'm gonna go.
I should mention, sorry, pal, there's a collapsed tunnel back here.
Okay.
I don't think you'd be able to fit through the rubble.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit, but the whole tunnel is collapsed. So,
Okay. Sounds good. And is there something back here too?
yes, there is a room with a door.
Okay.
You could fit through the door.
All right.
You come into an immaculate bedchamber. I'm not sure you would find anything particularly noteworthy in here without making a couple checks of some sort.
Okay.
But it appears to be a very nice bedchamber. There's a small staircase that leads up to the second level where there's a stationery for writing and a nice bed.
Oh, if there's a stationery for writing, is there anything like notes or anything left out?
Yes. Okay, this appears to be closer to an actual diary. There are just a couple quick notes scribbled in the margin, just 4 quick lines um, of observation. It says, I believe Vincent's powerful. I think Vincent's power could be a strong source of stable energy. And I think I can harness it to create powerful artifacts in service to the Lord of the cosmos. I have noticed that Vincent is influenced by my will, and I think I can use this to my advantage. Perhaps he can be used against our enemies. I have also noticed that Vincent is attracted to certain objects and materials. Many of these components work better than traditional methods. They may yield powerful results in creating the artifacts we need. I'm confident that I can unlock the full potential of Vincent and the void energy with further experimentation. And that's it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and zip out from the bedchamber and back through the iron gates, and then kind of scoot along across the wall here and go over towards the other side of the chamber.
Okay. The first thing you would notice is the massive amount of blood on the floor. The hallway splits here. To the north, there's a room for storage with crates and barrels. And there's a path here that leads upwards. Ahead, the hallway continues straight and then opens up.
Okay. Let's go up into the storage room and check things out first.
Okay. Many of the crates and barrels appear to be nailed shut, unopened. There may be. There's one crate that's open enough that you could squeeze through.
Okay, I'll go ahead and squeeze through it.
Okay. So you squeeze through this crate and you find piles of musty robes and a collection of the steel masks that many of the cultists wear.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll slip out of the box and let's go down south.
Okay. This path leads up.
All right. In that case, I'll go around the corner here first.
Okay. So you go into this room and it opens up into a pit that leads down. And there's, it's essentially a cage that's been built into this pit. So prisoners can go down and then they're surrounded by concrete with bars over top. It's essentially a holding cell and appears to be the source of the blood.
Okay. And there's nothing in there right now.
Did you hear me?
No, I did not.
I said it's a holding cell that leads down
Right.
with bars over top. So
Okay. And is there anything in there right now? It's just empty.
No, it's empty, but this appears to be where the source of the blood has started.
Okay, cool.
The trail leads up the stairs and towards the center of the chamber.
All right. In that case, I'll go back out of the holding room and up towards here.
Okay. That path leads upwards and back to the upper level. and you come out right here. No, wait. Okay, I guess, okay, so the map says you're supposed to come out right here. So there's a
Okay.
hidden door here. And yeah, so you would come out at the top here. So there's a, leads to the lower level right here. There's a secret door.
Okay. I'm gonna then start snaking my way back up towards the upper level.
Okay.
So after several turns, I'll start to return to the barracks, I guess.
All right. So you want to go back to start?
I want to go back towards the additional pathways that I didn't explore in the and where the barracks
Gotcha.
was and the sort of the pool of fresh water.
Yep. Gotcha. All right. So you're on the upper left.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and move over this way to see if there's anything else either down south that I missed.
There is. So this pathway, there's an opening down here that leads back into the lower level of the barracks.
Okay. I'll go ahead down here and check that out.
All right. So the hallway splits to the north and the south, where there's a door. This path connects or continues straight. There's a hallway here and a hallway here.
Okay. I'll go ahead and move towards this hallway.
Okay. All right. So your arcane eye kind of turns leisurely to the south, and is shocked to be face to face with a gelatinous cube.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly just float on by that, act like I didn't see anything.
Couldn't have noticed you anyway, but it's just kind of busy mopping up some blood. This is a long hallway that also juts to the south.
All right. I'll go down towards the south here.
Okay. This room opens up to reveal a set of sarcophaguses. I don't know.
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus. And the hallway. So this room contains two tombs, pretty much, and then splits to the left and to the right.
We'll check out what's going on over here to the left first,
Okay.
and then okay.
So
it
this
kinda
hallway
runs.
turns upwards, and the gelatinous cube is blocking the way here.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and move back this way.
Okay, this area appears to be a family crypt of sorts. There are different sarcophaguses that line the various alcoves at the edge of the hallway. And the hall continues on to a set of doors or turns to the north.
Okay. I'll go ahead and peek around what's north. If it leads to the pool eventually, then
Okay, the hallway continues to the north, and there's a door.
all right. I'll go ahead and
All right, so if you go into this room, it appears to be sleeping chamber. There are 4 beds and a table in the center of the room. Yeah, yeah.
all right. I'll go ahead and look down the hallway here.
Okay, this hallway connects to the long hallway here, and there appear to be cells.
Okay.
They tell
Uh,
you they're the perfect form of life, and they demand you to bring your best fighters to the desert to fight him.
Okay. I'll go ahead and have my eye peek in the cells and stuff like that.
All right, I'm going to reveal all of them.
All
So
right.
the arcane eye is shocked to discover that inside of these cells are motherfucking zombies.
All right. Okay. And then I'm going to have Arcane Eye then for its last, I think, leg of the journey go back up towards here. And then eventually come back over towards the water, the water pool.
All right, so this hallway is much the same with motherfucking zombies.
Okay.
Anything else?
Is there Dave or Darren, is there anything else that you want Arcane Eye to go and check out?
Can the arcane eye see why kids love the great taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It can. It actually
I don't
can.
know if it gives that
It
information.
can't hear why they it can't hear why they love it, but it's the taste
Sounds
that they can
like-
see.
Sounds like all the arcane eye can do is assume, bro. And you know what happens when you assume.
Arcane Eye's not making an ass out of himself.
Oh, I'm sorry to have offended the arcane eye.
Anyway, I got nothing. I have no requests.
Where do you want me to remove the fog of war? I'm not removing it from the whole thing until the whole thing's been explored.
Either me, I'm gonna check on my veggies.
Best I can do.
All right. Is there anything down here?
Let me zoom out. I don't know where you're at. Yes.
Okay.
There is a storage room that appears to be filled with some type of magical components.
Ooh. Okay.
A little bit of everything in this room. A lot of magical components, some weapons, a little bit of armor.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start having Arcane Eye then make its way back through and up towards the courtyard level.
Okay.
And there were only 2 doors here that it could fit in. There's like a couple other doors as well. Up here, I think you said here
Yes.
and
Here and here and here.
okay. All right, I'm
They all
gonna.
appeared to be nailed shut pretty tightly.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a rundown of everything that I saw from the Arcane Eye. I'm gonna let everyone know that there was no sign of the girl.
Unless she was maybe the thing in the tank.
Well, I don't know since there's still a couple of days before the
Oh.
actual ritual. I wouldn't be surprised if she's still somewhere else or if she is on her way here or I don't know yet.
You can say the princess is in another castle.
Basically. So is there anything else that you guys want Arcane Eye to check out?
You cut out. What was that?
Is there anything else that you want Arcane Eye to check out?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the real problem with this spell is that, you know, I want to try and make sure and engage you guys so it's not just me running around and exploring a dungeon for 90
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, you're good, man.
Galandan, is there anything that you want Arcane Eye to hit before I drop concentration? Okay. Oh, there is also the there's also the collapsed passage in the back there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this a stair set down here?
Yeah, it looks like steps.
Is this a staircase?
Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that, and I thought I was talking, but I just muted myself, and I forgot to mention that, and it's my bad.
Oh, it's all good. Then I definitely want to check out what's down there.
Okay. Yeah. I was in the middle of taking a piss and was like, oh my God, I forgot. I forgot. All right. So it leads down. There's a large sigil in blood with writing in deep speech on the floor before you get to the next level.
Okay. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Once you come into a room that's somewhat fortified, there are some barricades erected, but no one standing guard or anything. And the hallway, there's a path that leads to the north.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me find the. All right. I'll go ahead and move out this way and then start moving north.
This hallway kind of wraps around in a serpentine, like. So it wraps around this way, and you notice there's blood on the floor here.
Okay.
All right, come to an intersection here that leads to the north and to the south and cuts to the west.
Let's go. Yeah, we'll go up here first.
Okay, two things. There's a hallway to the north and also a set of stairs.
Okay. I'll go back in through here and check out these two places first.
Okay. All right, so more blood stains on the floor, and this room opens up here. Holy shit balls. Okay, good. I thought my notes were gonna be visible. Okay, kind of a large room. Some water pooling in the corner. Blood stain here on the floor. Leads into a back chamber with two beds.
Okay. All right.
Well, I should say they're more like bed rolls. You know,
Okay.
they're on the ground. So
And there's another pathway over here.
yes, to the north. Oh no, sorry, I just got
Okay.
a little overzealous with the reveal map part.
Oh, good.
No, it just leads to the north here.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and hit the steps.
Okay, so you ascend the steps and you notice there's a corpse laying here, also in Dawn Warden garb. And then the path snakes around and continues straight. Whoops, I didn't mean to grab that. That's what she said. All right, so there's another corpse at the end of this hall. Looks like he's had his face smashed in by something and laid still. Coming down here, come into another room. There's a hallway that leads to the east. And I'll open up this room a little bit more so you can see. Another corpse here right as you come around the corner. And there's another hallway at the end of the room. So two hallways, one here and one here.
We'll go up here first.
Okay, this hallway continues to the east and then snakes to the north. And it leads to a bedchamber, an actual bedchamber.
Okay.
An open book on the table.
All right. I'll go over and check out what it says.
Okay, there's one entry on the most recent page. It says, soon the day will be upon us. After months of preparation and sacrifice, the summoning ceremony will soon be upon us. I can scarcely believe that I'm part of something this powerful and ancient. It's beyond anything I've ever comprehended. The brethren are gathering at the appointed place, and very soon now we'll begin the chanting of the ancient words as we offer up our sacrifice. I could feel the power emanating from the prophet, and my heart raced with anticipation as he spoke of the ritual. Soon our Lord will be upon us, and we'll herald in a new age.
Okay. I'm going to skip out of the bedchamber after reading that, and we'll go ahead down south here.
Okay, so you come down here, and the hallway cuts to the south and leads down.
All right, down we go.
All right, the area is somewhat illuminated. There are numerous corpses within this room. Appears to be some kind of spot where they would store hay for horses. All right, so you come down. Are you looking at this corpse here?
Yep.
Okay, well, there are 3 zombies eating it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to move you. I just got to turn this guy. Yes, you come down here and there are 3 zombies kind of crouched down like the Forsaken and WoW, and they're just munching away on this corpse.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing else or a different way to go in here, I will double back through the this portion of the map, and I will hit the. I'll go ahead and start hitting the southern part if there's anything over this way.
There is not.
Okay.
Wait. There's a door here. Sorry, it was really hard to see.
Where's the door at?
Right here.
All right, I'll go over towards the door. I didn't see it.
No, my bad. I didn't see it either with the fog of war on. Anyway, so you go through this door, there's a staircase that leads upwards.
Okay, I'll go ahead and ascend the staircase.
So you come up to the staircase into a room. And there's a partial wall here that snakes around this way. If you duck around the corner here, you're surprised to find this room filled with skeletal warriors.
Okay, I'm gonna just float upwards and fly over them and just kind of ignore them.
Okay. The room continues towards the back, and here you spy something truly horrific. Another sigil carved in blood upon the floor, and I need to look up my description of these guys. You see 3 hulking creatures with thick, leathery skin and multiple eyes guarding the sigil at the back of the room. Their bodies are covered in tentacles and spikes with sharp and jagged teeth and claws. Now, the creatures look incredibly powerful and dangerous and ancient, almost as if they're not of this world.
Okay. Is
And
there
additional details.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is there anything else? Is this room just? Is there any extra doors connected to it, or is this kind of where this ends?
There is one hallway that leads to the west.
All right.
All right. In this hallway, there is a gateway here that leads down.
All right. Down we
Going
go.
down,
Yep.
hold your breath. Okay. Come down the stairs into an entirely different sort of chamber. The walls of this room are decorated with ossuaries, or in other words, rows of skulls and bones. In the center of the room sits an ornate table with occultists and a floating eye that just sits there lidlessly.
Okay.
There are two paths here, one in the back of the room and one to the south.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go back this part of the hallway.
Okay. Looks like this hallway opens up to a large room. All right, so you come into this room, and here's what you see. There are two statues in this room. One of an imposing orc wielding a vicious great axe. The other is a human wielding a weapon that appears to be giving off some sort of electrical or lightning current. There's a hallway to the south, directly behind the statue of the human, and also a hallway to the west.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and keep moving towards the west.
Okay, Ashitaka, you take a journey to the west, and the hallway snakes to the south.
All right. I'll come around towards the corner and dip down.
And you come into a room with 6 pillars topped with gargoyles. There is a path in the back of the room. Oh, there's also a lever in the middle of this room.
Okay.
There's a path that leads to the west and then cuts to the north in the back of the room, and also a path that leads to the east on the other side of the room.
Okay. I will go ahead up this. You said, is this a dead end?
There's a door. I couldn't figure out how to get the door to the front. There's a door here.
Okay. If I'm small enough, I'll go ahead and slip through.
You can. It's more of a doorway. All right, so here's what you find when you go into this room. It's kind of a horrific sight. The chamber is large and circular, with walls that are lined with 4 magical conduits. These conduits are humming with necrotic energy. And in the center of the room is occupied by a giant sleeping golem. The golem is chained to the 4 conduits and being fed a steady stream of corpses by a group of followers here that are grinding bones into these magical conduits.
Okay, nothing to see here. I'm gonna go ahead and go out and go to the east.
Okay. Another doorway here. No door. Well, actually, I lied. There was a door there.
To the Agrius hallway.
Yeah. Wes, you're on top of the cameo game here. You're always catching these cameos. All right, so you come into the Agrius hallway, and there are a set of mini lanterns set into the wall at all sides, and a large pile of corpses in the center of the room.
Okay. Is this another hallway down south here?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so the hallway continues to the south and then juts to the left and to the right.
All right. Let's go to the left here.
Okay. Interesting choice. There is a heavy reinforced metal door here.
All right. Let's slip inside then.
All right, so you slip inside this room, and here's what you see.
Slip and slide. Oh, okay. Here we go.
The Warlock's inner chamber is a high dome ceiling with walls of black stone and skulls set into the side of the wall. Hold on, let me reveal the rest of the room before I read it all. In the center of at the end of the room is a raised altar made of pure obsidian, surrounded by a pool of dark liquid that smells of death and decay, even though you don't know what it smells like. On either side of the altar are two large braziers filled with purple and holy flames that cast a dim, flickering light throughout the chamber. The walls are decorated with symbols of eldritch horrors, and a presence can be felt in the air. A small metal cage hangs from the ceiling. And I actually have another description of that I need to read real quick. No, not until you get here. I don't have to read anything. Anyway.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and then dip out of the chambers there, and oh, never mind. Let's go down here then. Sneak back here and
Okay, this hallway continues straight.
all right, I'll head down the hallway.
All right, there's a door here that you could fit through if you wished. Excuse me. You going through the door?
Yep.
All right, so you come into somewhat of a common area. There are two large kegs of beer against the back wall, two round tables with fresh tankards of ale set upon them. So a couple things. There's a couple different passageways here in this room.
All right. Let's head this way.
Okay.
And we'll go down to the right here.
All right, so you slip in the crack of this door, and you find yourself in a supply closet.
Supplies. Okay.
There, just at a glance, you can see magical implements, poisons, alchemical supplies, weapons,
Supplies.
spell scrolls, and of course, spare sets of wardrobes.
Okay. I'll leave the supply closet and head back up north.
All right, in the northern. I need 1 second. What is the size on the arcane eye?
Let's see here. It doesn't have any type of dimensions for it. It just says that the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter.
All right, I need 1 second. I gotta consult something.
Okay, I have to use the restroom.
Okay. Gallandan, I sent you a tell. Please respond.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. A tiny creature is 1 feet in length, 2 feet tall. All right, sorry for the delay.
All good. No worries.
I had to consult another DM on something that I was curious about. Okay, so you come into this room and it is a library
Okay.
with 4 ominous looking weird ass outer realm statues. And there's a doorway at the end of the hall.
All right. I will. I will go ahead and. Can I make out like any of the titles of the books that are on the shelves?
Uh, can I send that to you later?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I'll go ahead and then.
I'll make a note of it. I'll get it to you tomorrow.
Okay. I'll head north then.
You see all 7 Harry Potter novels.
I knew they were associated with the occult.
Geez, I didn't say he had the Bible in there.
And a copy of The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
It's an interesting book for a death-obsessed warlock to be reading. Anyway, you
Yeah, I'm
come
just
in-
trying
Go
to think of the most fucked up shit.
You come into a well-lit chamber with a large map on the table. The map is a map of the Northern Passage and the Borderlands.
Okay. Is there anything strategically marked on it?
Anything specific? There are some, looks like some pins or some markings on the map
Okay.
that lead from the edge of the Northern Passage into the Ash Mountain Range and into Ashmark. So I guess I should draw that.
All right. After checking that out, I'll return to this part and head north. Or hold on. Is this a passageway?
Yes.
All right. Let's
Sorry, I
hit
was
this
trying to get
first.
the world map. So it's a wide room with 4 pillars that connects to the stairs that lead down or up in this case.
Okay. I'll go ahead and check it out.
Check out. Oh, down here. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a heavy reinforced steel door here that you cannot pass through.
Okay. In that case, I will turn around and head back up to this. Oh, okay. This leads to back here. Okay. All right. Last call for Arcane Eye. Is there anything else that you guys want Arcane Eye to check out?
I'm good. Wait, so is this the dude at the gun?
I think we mapped the whole dungeon.
Yeah, we're gonna have a discussion about Arcane Eye after I think about it. I don't think it's too OP. You guys gotta survive the dungeon yet. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
whoops.
a lot of love.
F Arcane Eye today. Whoops.
I think you guys thought it was like 2 levels, and it's like 5, I think.
Yeah, it's a very large dungeon.
Yeah. Well, we haven't done a dungeon since like the Thieves Guild or the Bandit Den. So
All right.
and you know, we also pretty much did that, take an hour to do that in real time. So
Yep.
And that was without com.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and after Arcane Eye returns, if there's nothing else that anyone else wants to do, I'll go ahead and drop concentration on it.
print that. What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna show you the route on the map. And I'm gonna have to call it here in just a few minutes. Sorry, but I gotta go in tomorrow and I gotta get up at 6.
All good, buddy.
CEO's gonna be there, so you know it looks better if I go in.
It looks even better if you show up drunk, right?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. No, probably not.
You should sit in your car tomorrow. You should sit in your car tomorrow with a bottle of liquor, and while you roll in, everyone else is rolling in the parking lot, and you should just sit out in your car with the with the brown paper bag and bottle of liquor opening, screaming how much you hate coming into work.
Oh yeah.
And start taking swigs of it out in the parking lot.
Damn, how do I just draw a path on this thing?
Don't you want to just draw like freehand like we always do? World map, is that what you're doing?
Oh, I mean, I guess I could do it on the world map, yeah. I was trying to download one of the maps off the G Drive. Okay, so you're probably not going to be able to get the whole picture here, but pretty much leads. From here. Down into Ashmark. Something like this. We'll have this cleared by 6 a.m. Sorry, friend, I cannot do that.
Dude, how did you get a little emoji there?
Maybe he copy pasted it from something else.
Oh, I drew the thing and you guys didn't even see it. All right, check it out.
So,
No, I
do you
don't.
know what this path was referring to at all?
You know, maybe not from what the Arcane Eye can glean. There was just a map on the table. So there, there
Okay.
might be more information that you can find in the dungeon.
Makes sense. Probably a tunnel, I guess, or a mountain pass.
Well, I hope it was a fun session. I know we didn't do any combat at all.
Got a lot.
I mean, the
to-
game isn't always about combat, though.
No, I mean, you guys made the choice to scout the dungeon, so. But yeah, I hope you guys are stoked for it. We'll pick it up there next week. I gotta get Wes. I gotta get you a list of books from the library. Do I owe anybody else anything, game wise or otherwise?
About Tree Fitty.
Yeah.
Tree fitty.
Yeah, I hope it was a good time. So thanks for coming, dudes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
thanks
I
for being
hope
DM.
you had a great birthday.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty great.
I'm glad.
Cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna jump.
Thanks, buddy.
See you,
Thank
Darren.
you.
Later, man.
Have a good night, guys.
You too, bro.
Yep. Have a good one.
Dude, was it any fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome how there were just a lot of like fun role playing moments between Galandan stealing everything from everyone and then, tricking the cultists into thinking that I was the great old one.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was also hilarious in parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Galandan spent like like a year in game time adventuring with your characters and was like, I'm gonna learn as much as I can from these guys. Like,
Right.
and then well, I can't say too much, but yeah, I'm glad it was fun. I mean, I tried to give it like enough time for everybody to do stuff, and you guys wanted to scout the dungeon. You pretty much scouted the whole thing.
That's why I tried to at least like periodically check in with everyone and ask if they wanted to do anything.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it becomes that's the problem with that spell. Is that it basically turns into one person doing the scouting the whole dungeon and it just eats up that much time. So it's like
that's
the least that I can
yeah, I
try
mean-
and do is keep everyone else a little bit engaged and asked if they wanted to check out anything or
Sorry. I mean, I had the same issue when I was playing Necromancer and sending my familiar out to scout. It's like,
yeah.
what's over here? And then you feel kind of like bad about it, but like it's so useful, to actually be able to see. Like, imagine, like, dude,
Yeah.
I made that dungeon and I was thinking, what are they gonna do if they fucking run in here, guns blazing, and like they run around the corner right into the gelatinous cube, like. But yeah, I mean, it's a 5-level dungeon. It's a big dungeon, so
Yeah, I
should be a good one. I mean, we've been doing pretty much just the sit stuff, so
yeah. I mean,
I think.
I
Well, go ahead.
yeah, I'm completely I'm based on how big this dungeon is, it's like I'm going to be all about trying to conserve as much as possible.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, and hopefully by the end of it, you also say Galandor is a bad guy.
Dude, I can't wait to use disguise self on myself next session so I can assume the identity of Gallendorf, the cultist.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Did you see, Mike? I made that comment. You're like, I think they're gonna sacrifice the people of this town. They're gonna blow these houses up. And I was like, that's because they have Netflix in the Feywild and have seen
Yeah.
Castlevania season 3. Like,
Yep.
So, I mean, look, there are other adventures from Castlevania that I think could be cool to implement. As like random encounters, and also, Dave, I was talking to Wes about adapting Curse of Strahd into like a one or two night event. If you guys wanted to take down those vampires on the peninsula, and instead of Strahd, I think I would just homebrew it with the vampire lord I've been working on. He's pretty tough. And I mean, that's only if you guys feel like chasing down vampires.
I thought the role play thing with uh Gradius was pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting because it's like you're like, all right, let's get him engaged somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I was really thinking up ways to, kind of like pique his interest more in his character and his class. And so I spent like a couple evenings just really like taking a deep dive on the Raven Queen a bit more. And I guess Life Domain isn't so strange because she's kind of like a steward of life and death. So then the next thing was, all right, well, he needs to go on a quest. Well, he's kind of already on this quest to destroy necromancy. So I wanted to have the Ravens show up and remind him of his sacred, his devotion to the sacred tenets of the Raven Queen, and encourage him to act, or he will lose his divinity. Which I kind of feel like he would be pissed off about. But dude, that's a plot point right out of Critical Role, and
Right.
so I kind of just wanted to give him a little nudge to get engaged, and then if he fulfills this quest, and can become like one of the Raven Knights, then I'm going to let him take the path to the grave from the grave domain. Which, if he's smart, he'll use it a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what that does?
No.
So I wrote it down here. Path to the Grave, it's not a spell, it's an option for the cleric's channel divinity feature. Available to grave domain clerics at second level. So channel divinity doesn't require spell slots, as you know. Let's see. A cleric of the grave domain expends one of their channel divinity uses, and they can choose whether to turn on dead or path to the grave. So let's see. As an action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you, cursing it until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and the curse ends. So that means the creature is going to take twice as much damage from a damage source. So he could hit twice as hard every time he hits, but he's got to use it. You know what I mean? And then if he's smart about that, he has that smiter mace. Every time he uses the channel divinity, he gets a smite. So I don't know. I don't think it's too OP. I was looking at the skull. What's it called? Skull of Citrine. Sartine. It's a sentient magic spellcasting focus that's lawful evil. It has 14 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 14 charisma. And it speaks to its wielder in a grave whisper. and with great use of florid metaphors. And when you pick it up, it's unenthused. And you have to earn its loyalty through different acts.
That's funny.
It's a relic left behind by Sartine when she discarded her mortal shell to enter the Shadowfell in search of the Raven Queen. The artifact is a burned black skull that constantly emits dark smoke. It's warm to the touch. Yeah, it's considered unenthused with its new wielder, and you have to gain 5 more attunement points
Wow.
to get it to go from unenthused to optimistic. Or no. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, somebody converted it to 5th edition. They said it's really great, but it's a wondrous item, and I'm sorry, I'm not giving out a wondrous item if I can help it at level 8.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, the way it's going, like, no offense to the guy or anything, I don't think it would really make much difference if I did.
Doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
The ball's inert. Yeah, so 5-level dungeon. Give you guys a week to think about how you want to tackle it and to bring your motherfucking A game.
Yeah.
This
Well-
would be a great time for your cleric to be using his turn on dead as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get going.
Cool, buddy. I'll see you on Friday.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Later, dude. Later, Dave. Thanks for coming, bros.